Welcome to the Wellness Biz Academy, where we turn passionate practitioners into profitable practice owners. I'm Cass Duffield, corporate business strategist and naturopath, showing you how to build a thriving practice with simple, proven systems that work. Let's create the practice that you long to have, because it's time to start living your passion and growing your practice. Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Cass Duffield. Welcome to today's episode of Soulful Marketing Unleashed. Today's episode is all about something that many entrepreneurs in the Soulful zone talk to me about, and that is email marketing. I think it's a gold nugget that a number of Soulful entrepreneurs are missing because it has a stigma to it. For a long time, email marketing has been seen as something that was salesy or pushy, that could be quite manipulative, and something that someone coming from a heart-centered, soulful space didn't want to use because they didn't feel it was very authentic. Now, as much as that can be true, I believe it doesn't have to be this way. I have developed soulful strategies that create email marketing in a way that is of value to your audience. It offers them content that they actually need, and it converts the right leads into clients while you stay completely authentic and true to your purpose. Before we go into the actual email strategies that I'll be sharing with you today, and I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 email strategies, we need to come back to an understanding of the foundations of email marketing and why it's important as part of that broader scheme, that broader system of your soulful marketing strategy. Email marketing is just one piece, but it is a really important piece of your overall broader strategy. In a digital age that we are in right now, where we are behind the screen, where we are separated from our potential customers, from our audience, it can be really hard to connect. And email gives you a very invaluable opportunity where you can open that line of communication and jump directly into their inbox and start a conversation. And we all know that conversations are where we can make sales, and sales that are authentic and sales that meet the needs of our ideal clients. The great thing about email marketing for a soulful entrepreneur is that everyone you're emailing has opted in to your email list. They have chosen to be on that list. They want to hear from you. They want to hear what you have to say. They want your valuable insights. So this puts your message ahead of the game. Unlike social media, where everyone is shouting their message and what they offer. Everyone is clamoring to be seen on overly saturated platforms where it is so difficult right now to stand out. Another huge benefit of email marketing is that it's yours. This is an asset in your business that is yours and yours alone. No one can take it away. You could wake up tomorrow and your social media accounts are gone. You might have been hacked, something's happened with the algorithm, and you've lost everything that you've worked for and all the effort that you've put in. But your email list, that is yours now and forever will be, which makes it an extra valuable resource. The other huge benefit of email marketing is that you're not a slave to the ever-changing algorithms. Doesn't it feel like you put a lot of work in and you get competent in a particular platform only to have the algorithm change and all of a sudden you're back at square one? Yeah, it happens a lot. So this is why you need an email marketing strategy in your business. And more than just email marketing, you need one that comes from a heart-centered, soulful space. That way you will avoid coming across salesy or pushy or inauthentic. So, my friends, how do you do this? How do we do this? To begin with, I always come back to strategy. As you know, strategy is a really important part of marketing. So I want you to lay the foundation by setting the goals for your emails. What is the reason behind what you're doing? Every element of marketing, I believe, should have strategy behind it. Otherwise, you are going to fall into that hope and pray style of marketing where you're putting out content for the sake of putting out content and just hoping that it falls into the right spaces to be seen by the right people. If you can start to put goals behind what you're doing, you have purpose, you have direction, you have focus. While defining your email goals, you also need to think about what it is you're trying to achieve from your email campaigns. Each of your campaigns will have a different goal, and that's the way it should be. Every element of your marketing will have a different goal. For instance, one of your email campaigns might be focused on growing your list, expanding your audience. Another email campaign might be sales focused, and you are focusing on converting some of your leads into signed up sales in your packages or programs or consultations, whatever it is that you sell. So those two different email campaigns have very different purposes, very different goals, and are crafted in a very different way. So to do this, you need to create a few very key email strategies. These are used to build your list. They are used to put lead generation on autopilot, so to keep leads coming in even while you're busy working in your business, and also to offer value and support to those people who are in your audience already and on your list. It's really important to make sure those people feel seen and heard and supported, that they're not just added to your list and ghosted. Remember, in days gone by, email marketing strategies were often really poorly created. They were used for pushy, salesy, manipulative purposes. What you want to do is create and use email strategies that have heart and soul at the center of them, that have a purpose and a point that is beyond just making a sale. They let your integrity shine through and your authenticity shine through as well. So your ideal clients and the people in your audience understand what it is that you're about and how you can help. The best way to activate email marketing in your business is to choose a system that is built for it. It is very difficult to activate email marketing in your business if you are using a manual system and sending out emails on the fly by yourself. So having a system that is built for it is really important. There are many, many systems out there. There are plenty of them available. So you can have a search on the internet for those. There are some that will allow you to hold your list, maintain your list. They'll grow it with your leads. Some will allow you to segment your list, so you can have lists set up for programs, one-to-one consults, resources. You can schedule emails and automate email sequences in some of the platforms as well. Those email sequences and automated email sequences is what you really need in your business to start putting your leads on autopilot and start to grow your business in a way that's easier for you, that takes less of your one-to-one effort. Now, there are such a huge array of platforms out there, everything from standalone email platforms that will just house your emails to platforms that will hold your email list and allow you to do automations, to all-in-one platforms that will allow you to do emails and automations. You might be able to run a calendar as well as programs and courses. There's a huge range out there, and you really have to pick which one is right for you. I get asked pretty much on the daily what system I use, and I will put in the show notes what that is so you can go and check it out. That doesn't mean that it's necessarily right for you, but it's one that I really like and one that I use. So have a look at that. Now, there are three main email strategies that I feel you need as a starting point, as a soulful entrepreneur, as a way to start bringing in leads, providing them valuable content, and building your list. Your list is your audience, and that audience are the people who are most likely to come and work with you or buy from you. These sequences that you need are, number one, a nurture sequence or a lead magnet sequence. The second one you need is a welcome sequence or an onboarding sequence. And the third one that you need is a sales or promotional sequence. Each of those, even in the name, you can tell that they have really different purposes and really different goals. So let me walk you through how you can set each one of these up and do it from the point of view of heart and soul, so you don't end up with slimy email marketing sequences. Now, your nurture or your lead magnet sequence is used to grow your list and to build your audience. A lead magnet, for those that don't know what that is often called a freebie or a freebie funnel. Sometimes it's called that. It's a free resource that somebody downloads from you in exchange for their email address. So they pop their email address into a register box and you automatically send them the freebie they've asked for that gets downloaded for them. This freebie, this lead magnet, has to be something that your audience members will see enough value in that they want to exchange email address for it. Make sure it does give them value. Make sure it does give them help. You know what your ideal client needs and what their problem is. So offer them a piece of the puzzle, offer them a piece of the solution. As a soulful entrepreneur, I guarantee you there is a huge array of different options you could use as your lead magnet or your freebie. It's important to consider what is right for your audience and what is going to be the right mode to deliver it in. Some options include workbooks, checklists. You might use meal plans. Often I've seen the 5 steps to get XYZ or the 3 things to stop doing now to overcome ABC. These are all great lead magnets, great freebies. But don't think that you are constrained by downloadable PDFs, because you're not. You could use meditations and audio files. You could link them to podcast episodes. You could give them a link to a short online program or course, a masterclass that you've recorded, or a webinar. There are a lot of different options you could use, and the best one is going to depend on your niche and your ideal client. As long as your freebie aligns with your audience and what they need, pretty much anything could become a great freebie or a lead magnet. So put your thinking cap on and work out what is the best option for your audience. So the sequence that goes with this from an email marketing perspective is your lead magnet sequence. As someone registers for this freebie, they automatically get added to a list, and they start in your nurture sequence. And your nurture sequence is generally a series of 3 to 5 emails. These emails are about giving more content around the freebie that they've downloaded. So some more context to the resource, how they might be able to use it, point them towards the great point on page 3. Have you checked this out yet? Have you seen the amazing recipe on page 5? Use these emails as a way to get them to dig into the resource that you've given. But it's also a really great way to give more information about you, why you do what you do, and how you do what you do. Personally, I think you avoid any sales-related or promotional content in these emails. I want these emails to be as authentic and as pressure-free, as you can possibly make them. This is because you want your new audience member to get to know you and see what you're all about. You might like to add links to other free resources. You could link to a blog post or a very popular podcast, and that's perfectly fine. But I would avoid the urge to try and sell them something in these emails. Give them time to get to know you. Your goal here is to attract the right people onto your email list and then keep them on your list by letting them get to know you a bit more. A great nurture sequence of emails is going to deliver valuable content to these people. Do it consistently and help to build a relationship with your new subscriber. It's about moving that new subscriber down that pathway of know, like, and trust. The second email strategy that I want to share with you and that I think you should be using as a soulful entrepreneur is a welcome sequence or an onboarding sequence. This is set up to make sure you give your clients an amazing experience from the very beginning. So from when they sign up to work with you or book that very first discovery call. In your welcome sequence, you need to design the right experience where their questions are answered, their fears are put to rest, and the next steps are very clearly set out for them. It's about showing them what's coming and showing them how they're going to get stepped through the process. You want to use this email strategy to establish trust, to set expectations, to clarify boundaries. Going in with a lot of clarity can really help you to have a great experience with a new client. You could also use this email sequence to deliver contracts that need to be signed or terms and conditions that need to be read. You could deliver links to your calendar so they could book forward appointments. So there's lots of things you could include in that to make sure these people have all the information that they need to have a great experience with you. You would also use a similar email marketing strategy for discovery call clients. So those clients that are just coming in for a free chat to see if you're the right person to work with. It's a very similar sequence with a few differences. With a discovery call client, you would want to start with an email that confirms their booking, that yes, you have an appointment, and give them details of what to expect. Tell them how to prepare for the appointment. What do they bring? What do they need to know? Should they consider certain things? Do they need to come with questions? Then in the days leading up to their discovery call, you want to send additional information to help them prepare for the call, to give them links in case they need to reschedule, or what if they want to contact you. You also want to send them a reminder 24 hours before, and I like to send another reminder an hour before. This way, you really reduce the amount of no-shows that you have, and it means that the people coming onto your calls, be them client calls or discovery calls, are 100% prepared and ready to work with you. The same strategy needs to be applied, though, to your paying clients as your discovery call. After your paying clients have booked with you, you want an automated sequence that takes them to book a session or their program or their package. Deliver documents, contracts, share content around what the experience is going to be like, tell them how to prepare, tell them how to get the best outcomes, whatever they might need to know about working with you. Now, even though, my friends, you are all soulful entrepreneurs and we all come at business from a very heart-centered space and that space of really wanting to help, you still need to be making money. You are running a business. Without making money, I hate to say it, you have a very time-consuming hobby. But how can you create a sales or a promotional email sequence that doesn't fall into the trap of being salesy or pushy? It doesn't come across as inauthentic. How do you do that? Well, the first step with an email strategy that you need to craft for a sales or promotional purpose is I want you to take a minute to come back into your heart space. Come back to that firm space of why you do what you do. It's a desire to help. It's a desire to make a difference. And begin to craft your emails from that perspective. Your goal with this email for sales or promotions is not to sign up everybody on your list, but it's to sign up the right people who need the offer that you're making right now. You need to share this offer in ways that are very authentic, that aren't pushy, that aren't manipulative. You don't want to guilt them into joining up or working with you. You don't want to make them feel bad if they don't join with you. Put the offer out there, show them what it is, and leave it in their capable hands to decide if it's right for them. Show how your offer is going to be a benefit to them. How is it going to help? How is it going to answer this problem? And that is when people can see themselves. They see these messages and go, yes, that's what I need. I just finished a launch of my program, Marketing Mastery, and I cannot tell you how many messages I've received about how great my open cart was. Messages saying things like, and I've got them right here, I feel like you're speaking to me directly. I could see myself in everything that you were saying. The way you described that, I see that it's exactly what I need. That's the outcome you want when you craft a sales or promotional strategy. You want to outlay everything that it does and why it's so helpful, and then leave it up to them. That's the goal. That's the goal I want you to aim for. Speak to the problems they have and how you're going to solve that problem with that offer. I would also take that a step further and urge you to avoid being salesy or pushy in these emails by leaving behind those old-fashioned, what I call bro marketing strategies. Take those off the table. Forget they even exist. Using things like limited time offers, and I've seen this a lot lately, and I really don't like it. Limited time offers where the pricing goes up every 24 hours. So if you jump in at the start of Open Cart, you pay less than someone that comes in at the end. I don't understand how that is authentic, and I don't think it's the right way to go. I've also seen mystery box pricing come back lately, which is something I haven't seen for probably 2 decades, where your client, this person, doesn't know what they're actually buying until they've bought it. But the person's saying this offer includes this many thousands of dollars worth of value, and you're paying this amount for it. but you don't actually know what you've bought until you've already handed over the money. In my opinion, guys, these are really poor sales tactics. These are poor, they're inauthentic, they completely lack integrity, and I would not be touching them with a 10-foot pole. If these are in your sales suite, I implore you to forget they exist. If you have to resort to these tactics in marketing, it shows that you don't value your offer, you don't value what you do, perhaps you don't think it will sell, perhaps you feel that the only way to make sales is to be manipulative. And if that's the case, then we need to do some work on your mindset, because what you offer is important. What you offer does make a difference. And there are people who could really benefit from what you do and what you offer if we just put it out there the right way. So how are you going to craft an email strategy for sales or promotions that avoids all of this mess that I've just discussed? We don't want to be slimy. We don't want to be salesy. We don't want to be manipulative. So how on earth do you do it? Come back to the value. Share an email sequence that talks about the value that you're offering, the problem that they have, how this offer is going to help. Use emails that share testimonials and reviews and experiences from others who've already bought this particular offer or product or who've already worked with you. You could also take it a step further. You might like to offer a guarantee, and that gives extra authenticity to what you're doing and what you're offering. Perhaps it's a guarantee around they will get XYZ results, or they continue to work with you for a period of time until they do. Maybe it's a money back guarantee. But that guarantee shows that you believe in your offer, you believe it will work, and you're willing to back it up. As far as how many emails you should have in a sales or promotional sequence, it really depends on how long your promotional period is and how long your open cart is. I think it's fine to send about 3 to 5 emails a week in that promotional period. As we get closer to the cart, I will ramp that up and we might get 5 during open cart period. The only time I think it's legitimate to send 2 emails in a day is the day you close cart. One in the morning to say, guys, this is the last day. The offer's closing tonight. And then another one an hour or two before cart closes going, this is it. Here's your deadline. And it's done. So that's how you can go about crafting a sales and promotional strategy that can really work for a soulful business. You're not pushing the product or offer that you have. You're not manipulating someone into buying. You're not making them feel bad if they don't buy it. You're showing the amazing thing that you offer and letting the right people see it and show up and decide that they want it. And that's how you can stay in integrity and authenticity throughout your email marketing and your sales and promotional in particular. Now that you've done the work and you've put these 3 soulful email marketing strategies into place, how are you going to get them to be seen by your audience? We know that so many emails end up sitting in inboxes never opened, never clicked. Worse yet, they might be in trash. So how can you increase your chances of your email being one of the ones that gets opened? And from a statistical point of view, right now, open rates are sitting for most people around 33-35%. Good end, about 45%, but I have got clients at the moment whose email open rate is 75 and 80%. So having a really aligned audience can help get really great open rates. With your emails though, to improve your read rates and open rates, first I want you to consider the content. It has to sound like you. It has to be authentic. It has to be in a tone and a language that's going to resonate with your clients and with this audience that you're speaking to. An easy way to do this, I like to say, is pretend that you're sitting at a cafe with a friend. Forget you're writing an email, but pretend you're sitting in a cafe across from somebody that you're telling about your amazing idea or your amazing offer. What would you say to this person? How would you share it with them? What are the things you would say about it to explain it? I want you to write your emails from that same friendly, casual, helpful, informative tone. The exact same tone that you would use with a friend over coffee. I think that's a great place to come from. The next consideration is you need a snappy subject line, because that email subject line is the number one aspect that's going to make the difference between your email being opened or forever sitting in the inbox, or worse, dumped in the trash. So your subject lines are often the hardest part. It is such a small amount of text and you know it's really important. You can often have a bit of writer's block when it comes to subject lines because you know it has to be engaging, it has to be attention grabbing. How do you do that? How do you make it work for your email? And this is one of the times where I think it's perfectly legitimate to jump into AI and get some help. Write the subject line as best you can do it. And if you're not happy with it, take that and copy it into an AI generator and see what it says. Most email marketing platforms, the better ones at the moment, actually have AI built in. So you can put your subject line in, press the button and see what it suggests. It may give you some great ideas, it may not, but it can help you with that brainstorming process. So that's well worth looking at. The other element that can increase your open rate and the read rate of your emails is adding personalization. Personalization in the subject line and in the content. You would do this by using a merge field in the subject to add somebody's first name. And you'd say something along the lines of, "Hey Sarah, I've got a great piece of information on XYZ for you today. Open up." So popping someone's name there will get their attention. You can also use those merge fields again in the content. So instead of just starting your email with content or something worse as, "Hi, I've seen hi user, hi subscriber." I even saw one come into my inbox that said, "Hey, email list person." Please don't do that. Please use somebody's name, okay? If you don't have somebody's name, you could revert to something that relates to your list. In my world, it reverts to Soulful Entrepreneur if I don't have your name field. It says, "Hey there, Soulful Entrepreneur." Okay, it's a little bit more friendly. Now, that is how you can start to get a bit more click rate through on your emails, getting that subject line right, adding a bit of personalization. The great thing about email marketing is over time, you're actually developing a great bank of research, a great bank of data that you can use to analyze what works best for your business and for your audience. You can review past emails to see which subject lines had the better open rates, which ones got open more often. Why do you think it was? What was different about them? Was it the way you wrote it? Was it the subject you wrote about? Which of your emails had higher unsubscribe rates? Okay, that's a really valuable piece of content as well. And why did people jump off? Is it because you sent too many sales and promotional emails in one go? Is it because the content you're sharing doesn't have your own unique spin on it and it sounds like what everyone else says? Think about it and be really, really open-minded to what you can be doing there to improve. So look at your content in your email marketing platform. Which subject lines, which pieces of content got better open rates and better click-through rates? Use the learnings you see there to improve your emails and provide better content that your audience is going to resonate with even more. Today, as we wrap up this episode on using email marketing, but in a soulful way, I want you to realize that email marketing isn't just about selling products or services. Believe me, if the only time your audience hears from you is when you want to sell something, you won't get a very good open or click-through rate, and your unsubscribe rate might get pretty high too. Your email marketing strategy should be one based on building genuine connections, letting them know what you offer, who you are, what you're about, and how you're different. Believe me, using email marketing the right way and within a soulful marketing strategy will help to engage your audience and it will grow your soulful business. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode on email marketing with my soulful twist. I hope that you've learned some simple, impactful strategies that you can apply to your business right now. Remember, friends, to leave a review and follow the show so you get all the future episodes. And don't forget to check the show notes. I've got free resources there for you to help you along on your soulful entrepreneur journey. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for being on the Soulful Marketing Unleashed podcast. Thank you for listening to the Wellness Business Academy podcast with me, Cass Duffield. If you are interested in growing your practice, come get my free guide, The Practice Success Toolkit, at cassduffield.com or grab it in the show notes. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.